Today I want to tell you about something strange, something that sounds silly, but something that changed my understanding of learning forever. Imagine this. A man sits in an empty room. He talks to a chair. The chair does not answer. The chair does not move, but the man keeps talking. He explains things to the chair. He asks the chair questions. He listens to the silence. People might think he is crazy, but this man won the Nobel Prize. This man understood things that most humans cannot understand, and this man learned languages faster than most people. His name was Richard Feynman. And today, you will learn his secret. A secret so simple that anyone can use it. A secret that will change how you learn English. I give you a method you can start using today, right now, in your room. By the end of this episode, you will understand why talking to an empty chair is not crazy. It is genius. So take a deep breath, get comfortable, maybe look at an empty chair near you. Because soon, that chair will become your best English teacher. Let us begin. Before we talk about the empty chair, let me tell you about young Richard. Richard Feynman was born in New York in 1918. He was a normal boy. He played, he laughed, he made mistakes. But Richard had one special habit. He always asked why. His father would take him for walks. They would see a bird. Richard would ask, "Why does the bird sing?" Other parents might say, "Because birds sing. That is what they do." But Richard's father was different. He would say, "Nobody really knows. Maybe the bird is happy. Maybe the bird is calling friends. Maybe the bird just likes the sound. What do you think?" Notice something important here. His father did not just give answers. He made Richard think. He made Richard explain his own ideas. This simple habit changed everything. When Richard grew up, he became a physicist. He studied atoms. He studied light. He studied things so small you cannot see them. He studied things so big you cannot imagine them. And he won the Nobel Prize in 1965. But here is the interesting part. Richard always said he was not smarter than other people. He just had a better way of learning. What was his way? He learned by teaching, by explaining, by talking, even when nobody was listening. Let me tell you a true story. In the 1950s, Richard went to Brazil. He was invited to teach physics at a university there. But Richard had a problem. He did not speak Portuguese. The people in Brazil spoke Portuguese, not English. Richard could have studied with a teacher. He could have used textbooks. He could have used the normal methods. But Richard did something different. Every morning, he would sit in his room. He would put a chair in front of him, an empty chair. And he would teach physics to that chair, in Portuguese. At first, he knew only a few words. Bom dia, good morning. Obrigado, thank you, simple things. But he would sit there and try to explain. He would point at the chair. He would use his hands. He would draw pictures in the air. When he could not find a word, he would stop. He would look in his dictionary. He would learn the word. Then he would start again. "Let me explain again," he would say to the empty chair. "Light moves very fast. Luz moves very fast. Day after day, week after week." The chair never answered. The chair never complained. The chair never judged him. And slowly, something magical happened. Richard started thinking in Portuguese, not translating, thinking. After 3 months, he could teach his university classes in Portuguese. Students understood him. Colleagues were amazed. They asked, "How did you learn so fast?" Richard smiled. I had a very patient teacher, a chair. People laughed, but Richard was serious. He discovered something important, something that would help millions of people later. Now you might ask, why does this work? How can talking to a chair help me learn English? Great question. Let me explain simply. When you learn English in a normal way, what happens? You read a book, you understand, you feel good. You listen to a podcast, you understand most words, you feel happy. But then someone asks you a question in English, and your mind goes blank, empty, nothing comes out. Why? Because understanding is not the same as using. Your brain has two different systems. One system is for receiving information, like listening and reading. This system is easy. The other system is for producing information, like speaking and writing. This system is hard. Most people practice only the first system. They listen, listen, listen. They read, read, read. But they never practice producing. They never practice speaking. They never practice explaining. This is like watching cooking videos but never cooking. You know the recipes, you understand the steps, but when you enter the kitchen, you cannot cook. Richard Feynman understood this. He said, if you cannot explain something simply, you do not understand it. This is the key. This is the secret. When you try to explain something, your brain works differently. Your brain must organize information. Your brain must find words. Your brain must create sentences. This is real learning, active learning, deep learning. Now, here is the beautiful part about the empty chair. When you talk to a chair, there is no pressure. The chair does not judge you. The chair does not laugh at your mistakes. The chair does not say, your grammar is wrong. The chair just listens. This means you can experiment, you can try new words, you can make mistakes, you can stop and start again. With a real person, you feel nervous. You think, I must speak correctly, I must not make mistakes. This nervousness blocks your learning. But with a chair, no nervousness, only practice. Scientists call this low anxiety learning. When anxiety is low, learning is high. Richard Feynman was not just a genius. He was a genius who understood how learning works. And now, you understand too. Okay, now the practical part. How do you actually use this method? I will give you a simple plan. You can start today. Step 1, find a chair, or a pillow, or a stuffed animal, or even a plant. Anything that can listen to you. Step 2, choose a topic, something simple. For example, your daily routine, your favorite food, your family, your hobby. Keep it simple. Step 3, set a timer for 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. Step 4, start talking to the chair. Explain your topic in English. Pretend the chair is a friend who knows nothing about this topic. Use simple words. If you do not know a word, use other words to explain, or use your hands, or draw something. Do not stop to check your dictionary during these 5 minutes. Just keep talking, even if you make mistakes, even if you repeat words, just keep going. Step 5. After 5 minutes, stop, take a break, think about what was difficult. What words did you need but did not know? Step 6. Learn those words, write them down, practice them. Step 7. The next day, explain the same topic again. But this time, use the new words you learned. Do this every day for 1 week. Same topic, every day getting better. After 1 week, you will be amazed. The topic that was difficult on day 1 will be easy on day 7. Then choose a new topic, start again. Let me give you an example. Imagine your topic is my morning routine. Day 1, you might say to the chair, I wake up, I wash face, I eat, I go work. Very simple, many mistakes, but okay. Day 2, you learn more words. You say, I wake up at 7 o'clock, I wash my face with cold water, I eat breakfast, toast and coffee, then I go to work. Better, right? Day 7, you say, every morning I wake up at 7. The first thing I do is wash my face with cold water because it helps me feel fresh. Then I prepare a simple breakfast, usually toast with butter and a cup of strong coffee. After breakfast, I get dressed and leave for work around 8. See the difference? Same topic, but much better. This is the power of repetition with improvement. This is the Feynman Technique. Now, let me tell you something important. This method works for everything in English. Want to practice grammar? Explain a grammar rule to the chair. Dear chair, let me tell you about present perfect tense. Want to learn vocabulary? Teach new words to the chair. Today I learned the word exhausted. It means very, very tired. For example, after work, I feel exhausted. Want to practice storytelling? Tell the chair a story, a movie you watched, a book you read, something that happened to you. The chair never gets bored. The chair never says, I am busy. The chair is always ready to listen. Now you might think, this sounds good, but does it really work? Let me share some stories. There was a student in Japan. Her name was Yuki. She studied English for 10 years in school. She could read English very well. She could understand English movies. But she could not speak. When someone asked her a question, she froze. Her mind went blank. She tried many methods, speaking clubs, language exchange, nothing helped. She was too nervous. Then she learned about the Feynman Technique. She was skeptical. Talking to a chair, really? But she was desperate, so she tried. Every morning before work, she spent 10 minutes. She chose her teddy bear from childhood. She explained her day to the teddy bear in English. At first, she felt silly. She laughed at herself, but she continued. After 2 weeks, something changed. She noticed she could think of English words faster. She could make sentences easier. After 1 month, a foreign customer came to her store. The customer asked a question in English, and Yuki answered, without thinking, without panic. The words just came out. She was shocked. She went home and hugged her teddy bear. Thank you, she said. Another story, a man in Poland. His name was Piotr. He needed English for his job, but he had no time for classes. He worked 12 hours a day. He started using his lunch break. He would go to his car. He would talk to the empty passenger seat. He would explain his work projects in English. Dear seat, today I must write a report about sales. Sales means when we sell products. Our sales this month are good. His colleagues thought he was strange. Why is Piotr talking to himself in the car? But Piotr did not care. After 3 months, his boss noticed. Piotr, your English presentations are much better now. Did you take classes? Piotr smiled. Yes, I had a private teacher, a car seat. These stories are real. This method works. Not because it is magic, but because it is practice. Real practice, speaking practice. Most people spend hours reading about English, studying about English, thinking about English. But they spend 0 minutes speaking English. The empty chair method forces you to speak, every day, without fear, without pressure. And speaking is how you become fluent. There is no other way. Now I want to share a very useful phrase with you. The phrase is, let me explain. This phrase is perfect for the empty chair method, and it is perfect for real conversations too. Let me explain means I will make this clear for you. I will help you understand. You can use it when something is confusing, when you need to give more information, when you want to teach something. For example, someone asks, "What is your job?" You can say, "I am an engineer. Let me explain what that means. I design buildings." Or you are talking to your chair. You say, "Today I learned a new word. Let me explain. The word is homesick." It means you miss your home when you are far away. This phrase is powerful because it prepares the listener. It says, "Pay attention. Important information is coming." In the Feynman Technique, you can start every session with this phrase. "Dear Chair, let me explain my topic today." It helps your brain switch into teaching mode. It helps you organize your thoughts. Let us practice together. Say it with me, out loud if you can. Let me explain. Again, let me explain. One more time, feel confident. Let me explain. Good, now you have a phrase you can use every day, with your chair, and with real people. Remember, when you explain things, you learn them deeply. This is the Feynman way. We have learned a lot today, friend. We learned about Richard Feynman, a genius who talked to empty chairs, a man who discovered that teaching is the best way to learn. We learned why this method works, because explaining is deeper than understanding, because chairs do not judge, because practice without pressure is the fastest path to fluency. We learned how to use this method, 5 minutes a day, one topic, an empty chair, simple but powerful. And we heard real stories, real people, real results. Now it is your turn. I want to give you a challenge, a simple challenge. Tomorrow morning, find a chair, or a pillow, or anything. Choose one simple topic, your favorite food, your best friend, your hometown, anything. Set a timer for 5 minutes, and talk, explain, teach. Do not worry about mistakes. Do not worry about grammar. Just talk. Do this for 7 days, same topic, every day better. Then come back here, leave a comment, tell us what happened, did it help? What did you learn? How did you feel? Your story can help someone else, someone who is scared to speak English, someone who thinks they cannot learn. Your experience matters, your voice matters. And if this episode helped you, please share it. Share it with one friend who is learning English. One person who needs to hear this message. Give us a like. It helps us reach more learners like you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for believing that you can learn English. Remember, you do not need expensive courses. You do not need perfect conditions. You just need a chair and 5 minutes. Richard Feynman taught us something beautiful. Learning is not about being smart. Learning is about being curious, being brave, being willing to explain things, even to an empty chair. You have everything you need already. Your voice, your curiosity, your desire to learn. The only question is, will you start? I believe you will. I believe in you. Next time, we will have another episode, another method, another way to make English easier. Until then, be kind to yourself. Practice with your chair. And remember, every time you explain something, you learn it twice. Take care, friend. And do not forget, that empty chair is waiting for you, ready to listen, ready to help you become fluent. Go talk to it. I promise, it is the best teacher you will ever have.